on YouTube. Excuse the background noise if you hear any, man. I got the window open or whatever. But yeah, man. Errol Spence Jr. versus Leonard Bundu. What a performance, man. What a performance, man. I had to think about it for a minute, man. I've been talking about it. I was on the hangout with EJ Boxing Live. And, they had everybody on there, man. They had Natty, they had B Marsh, I think Nalta. I want to believe Chris Caban was on there. They had another guy, I think he go by Daniel. I don't know if he got a channel or not, but man, he was up on there. And yeah, so we did like a live hangout, watching the fight and everything like that. And yeah, man, it was great, man. It was a great performance by Errol Spence. I'm impressed, man. I'm impressed. It's it, man. He deserves his title shot, man. He deserves the belt. And I also mentioned, and it was agreed that this, I mentioned this in another video that I had did, that Errol Spence, deserves to be fighting for the belt right now. You know what I'm saying? He deserves to be fighting for the belt right now versus Leonard Bundu. And Leonard Bundu deserved the shot too. They should have been fighting for a vacant belt. But all due respect to Kell Brook, he fought as mandatory, this year back in March versus Kevin Bezier and stuff like that. It hasn't even been a year yet since he's defended his title and stuff like that. So we got to give him an opportunity, to come back down and weight. Do I think he's going to come back down and weight? No, but we have to give him a chance, you know what I'm saying? All due respect to Kell Brook, he's the IBF champion and stuff like that. But yeah, I wouldn't have minded seeing Errol Spence fight Leonard Bundu, the EBU, the European 147 champion. Much respect to him. Fight for the IBF belt, because to me it's, and then moving on from that, Errol Spence, great job, man. I saw the fight. I saw the fight, and I saw it again. I had to watch it again, and I'm probably gonna watch it. Like one more time, man. One more time, you know what I'm saying, before I delete the fight on DVR. But yeah, man, I'm gonna have to watch it again, man, because he was very much defensively responsible. I was more impressed with his defense than his offense, and that jab was money, man. That jab was money. Doesn't look like he was trying to be too authoritative with it, as far as making it like a power jab, but he was flicking it out there when Leonard Bundu, man, props to Leonard Bundu. It's too bad he got a late start in boxing, man, because it looked like Errol Spence had a little bit of an issue with the switch and stance from orthodox to southpaw. Leonard Bundu was doing, and he was smooth, man. Bundu was smooth. And this is what Keith Thurman was talking about when he faced Leonard Bundu. He's like, man, that transition, for him to go into orthodox to, southpaw is very tricky and stuff like that. And Leonard Bundu, sometimes when he throws hands, let his hands go, he's not always trying to throw like, heavy shots and everything like that. They pretty much like Joe Calzaghe, like slapping punches and stuff like that, And so, yeah, man, Leonard Bundu, I think it's pretty much a consensus that maybe Leonard Bundu got like the first round. Some people probably wouldn't gave Leonard Bundu a round, but I think the first round, if any, you could have gave to Leonard Bundu. Maybe even the second, maybe even the second. But Errol Spence had he had some issues with trying to figure out Leonard Bundu, because Leonard Bundu was able to land some good hooks up in there, some flush hooks, and that's what I was saying, like those left hooks were catching like Errol Spence. So he did a great job keeping his his right hand up. He's a southpaw guy. He keeps his right hand up. He did a great job keeping that right hand up. I didn't see him get caught with any flush right hands as much as I seen him get caught with some left hands. So he's still, that's something that he still got to work on. As we were watching the fight and everything, and I pretty much mentioned that this was a good test, man. I mentioned this before the fight, man. This is a good test, and Errol Spence would be it will serve him well to fight more guys like Leonard Bundu with or without a belt. You get what I'm saying? Especially if he's talking about unifying a division and stuff like that. This was definitely a learning experience for Errol Spence, and I think he took this his skill level like rose to the occasion with Leonard Bundu, in my opinion. It really rose to occasion, and because he threw out that jab, he was going to the body, breaking down this man. He was like 41 years old. How old is Leonard Bundu, man? Let me check this dude out, man. He's up there, man. Yeah, 41 years old. From Sierra Leone. Yeah, fighting out of Italy. The man's 41 years old, He only took his first L versus Keith Thurman. And he had a winning streak going on, we can't discredit Leonard Bundu, you know what I'm saying? At any point, Leonard Bundu took the challenge and he came in there to fight. It just wasn't happening because Errol Spence, he circled Leonard Bundu. That's what I'm saying, man. You got to watch this fight, man. It was very impressive. Errol Spence didn't walk Leonard Bundu down or anything like that. He had great respect for the skill level of Leonard Bundu. He didn't try to walk him down. He didn't try to force anything. He's stuck to his boxing. He jabbed. He went to the body, and then he was jabbing to the body. Those body punches paid off, and what led to the 6th round knockout. Like, he knocked him out cold. You know what I'm saying? But what like B Marsh was like saying, like, man, like in that 6th round, I was like, oh man, he knocked him down. He caught him like with a punch, and we nobody could see it. I was like, what? It looked like he pushed him down. He looked like he pushed him or something like that. And then but no, it was the uppercut. And I had mentioned that earlier, like when we were watching the fight, when we were doing like the commentating and stuff like that. I was like, man, he's catching him with some good uppercuts. See? And I was like, yeah, it's catching him kind of like on the crown of his, the top of his head and stuff like that, like some of the other punches. But it was very effective. You know what I'm saying? They were hurting Leonard Bundu, those uppercuts, and he just slowly kept on gradually like going to the body, digging to the body a little bit, jabbing to the body, throwing the uppercuts, throwing the jab, head hunting a little bit. And it was at one point in the fight where Leonard Bundu was switching and stuff like that. And I noticed in one stance, I want to believe it was like more like the orthodox stance, that he was using more of his jab and stuff like that. When Leonard Bundu was switch to the southpaw stance, that's when Errol Spence will decide to use his lead right hand in the fight. I could be wrong, but that's what I saw, because I remember one time Leonard Bundu was like switching, like he was really smooth with it. He was switching, and Errol Spence was like hit him with a jab, like jab, and then as soon as Leonard Bundu switched, he hit him with his straight left. You know what I'm saying? His straight left, like bam, bam. It was very smooth, man. It was really good stuff, man. And then he circled him. He didn't walk him down. He just stood in front of him, touched him with the jab every now and then, and he circled him, man. I mean, dude, man, it was like a great performance. As far as compared to, Keith Thurman. Keith Thurman is a different animal. He likes to use his legs when he can. When he does press the action, he likes to, load up some punches and whatnot. And I have to say that Errol Spence, looked more educated in how to fight Leonard Bundu than Keith Thurman, you know. So I don't think Keith Thurman was able to figure out Leonard Bundu, and he knew he couldn't really figure him out. But he stuck to boxing. He circled him and whatnot, pumped out the jab. But what Errol Spence did was a clinic, man. He broke him down using that jab and going to the body. Great stuff, man. Great stuff, man. I was really impressed with that uppercut. That uppercut sealed the deal, man, because that was uppercut. It was an uppercut that got Leonard Bundu down. He was really hurt. He could tell that it was hurting him. Those uppercuts were hurting him. It was just to the 6th round when he caught him flush. Going in, he led with an uppercut and landed, and Leonard Bundu went down, and it looked like a push. And then Errol Spence just finished him off, man. He finished him off with a right hook, a devastating right hook. Caught him on the chin. Leonard Bundu was laying there, with the stanky leg, whatever like that. He was out, man. The man was asleep, man. They had to wake him up. Man. And even when he was awake, he was walking like he was drunk or something like that, man. He was like, yeah. And they walked him back to his corner and everything. But, yeah, man, shouts out to Leonard Bundu. A lot of guys, the commentators were pretty much saying like this was his last chance, his last hurrah. I don't agree myself. Maybe he should get out of that sanctioning body and go like an IBO belt, and then maybe contest for like a unification bout with maybe Keith Thurman. With Danny Garcia. I'm sure Danny Garcia would love to fight, Leonard Bundu. You know what I'm saying? Allah being Danny Garcia, as of right now, in my own opinion, I don't feel as if he's challenging himself, man. Pretty much myself. But I can see Leonard Bundu getting back in maybe in like a title contention and the IBO rankings, man. But then again, guess who's there, man? Errol Spence. Errol Spence is highly ranked in the IBO. But you got belts out there, man. You got the WBF belt and the IBO. WBF is pretty much coming out of South, the continent of Africa or whatnot, primarily South Africa or whatnot, and he can make headway there. He still got the EBU belt, European belt, unless they made him drop that belt, but he can rise to the occasion again. I'm not gonna count Leonard Bundu out, but as far as like Errol Spence, the IBF is waiting for him. I don't know if he's gonna fight again this year. It's September right now. It's August right now. Still got 4 more months left in the year 2016. To me, he'll be best served by staying active. He's hot right now. He needs another fight this year. He just needs another fight this year to stay active. Don't worry about the belts, man. Don't worry about Keith Thurman, like Danny Garcia and stuff like that. Just fight the guys that they, fight these young cats like Jeff Horn, and whatnot, and just hopefully, Al Heyman and whoever is his manager or his promoter can make these fights worthwhile. And hell, he should be, if anything, he should be fighting Andre Berto. You know what I'm saying? He should be fighting Andre Berto. He should be fighting Omar Figueroa. And let's take care of business, knock these guys out, and it's going to get to that point, like it already is right now, where everybody, it looks like, people just ducking him. And you make that argument, man. That argument is there right now. You know what I'm saying? But especially if he gets that belt, that IBF belt, if and when he gets that belt, I'm like, man, I'm gonna have to say, like, man, Keith Thurman is ducking Errol Spence, Jesse Vargas, Danny Garcia, is ducking Errol Spence. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, man, it's Kell Brook, man. Kell Brook is on the chopping box right now. He's the one that has to defend his belt against the number one mandatory, which is Errol Spence Jr. right now. So it's Kell Brook is the first guy in line. I don't think he's coming down to weight. You guys let me know, man. Who do you want to see Errol Spence fight for the IBF belt? You think it should be Sean Porter? Some guys like mention Sean Porter. Only reason I don't want Sean Porter the fight for the IBF belt is because I don't want him to be in that position where it looks like now he's like the litmus test or the stepping stone fighter for like to consider yourself an elite fighter. You know what I'm saying? I think he should ring off a string of wins. Really work on his boxing. He's a guy that really needs to work on his technique and stuff like that. I don't know how long he'll be at 147 and stuff like that because he's a big guy himself. But he really needs to work on his boxing skills and stuff like that. And from what I've seen from Errol Spence, Sean Porter. He might go rounds, man. It's like any given Sunday, hell, all it takes is one punch. But I don't see that happening, man. I really don't see, I just think at the end of the day, you say Sean Porter is just being, fed to the wolf, or the wolves or whatever like that. Because, he's able to beat up small guys like Adrian Broner. Adrian Broner, we all know, is a small guy who pretty much is, doesn't throw his hands all that much because a lack of conditioning and whatnot. Not to make excuses for him, but that's pretty much what it is, man. If Adrian Broner really took his training seriously and stuff like that, I don't think we'd be talking about maybe just one L on his record. Probably no L's on his record. You know what I'm saying? People, especially against Maidana and Sean Porter, pretty much stationary fighters where all he had to do was pretty much move his feet and let his hands go. But, that's on him. But, yeah, man, back to Errol Spence. Congratulations to him. I've probably gone on a little bit too long, man, but I just want to see him back in the ring. IBF belt is well-deserved, but respect to Kell Brook. He faces mandatory already this year. But next year, hey, man, the sky's the limit for Errol Spence. Hell, he can get it on right now, man. It's well-deserved, man. It's well-deserved. It's well-deserved. But I just think to be on the safe side, it'll be best for him to go ahead and keep fighting guys on a level of Leonard Bundu, if not above, Leonard Bundu, which is kind of hard to do because Leonard Bundu is like I said, man, he a champion, man. He's a champion, with the European title, and then he's a championship caliber, contender. He's already fought for one belt already, and then he's fighting. He always already fought for an eliminator and whatnot. So, But yeah, man, you guys let me know what you think, man. And to all the guys that listen and subscribe to the channel and make comments, man, thank you very much. I appreciate it. But yeah, man, I'll catch y'all later. All right, bye.